is Shrimp, and this is a Sims 4 speed build. It's a small business, kind of inspired by my cat. I will get into that, but before I forget, because I've been meaning to for the last few videos, I just want to say a little, I hit 70 subscribers a couple of videos back, and I'm just like, thanks. Thanks, like 70 people going, I enjoy this enough to hit the subscribe button. I'm not kidding when I say that once I turn this on, any thought I had in my head goes in on my head. Maybe I should actually write a script. I mentally make sure it has bullet points, but I don't. Anyway, I will explain the concept of the build. Please excuse, I don't know if my mic will pick it up, the fan sound in the background, because, well, I'm not the first, nor am I the last UK person you'll hear complaining about the heat right now. I'm questioning my life choices, thinking, wow, building in The Sims and then actually making the video? Like, turning the computer on in this heat? Anyway, so like I said, this is a small business. It is inspired a little bit by my cat, and you might wonder, what? Doesn't look cat-shaped, what's the inspiration? If you are not new here, in my last video I mentioned we have recently gotten a cat, and thus I have a little bit of cat on the brain going on, right? I don't remember exactly what I was thinking about. I think I was maybe thinking about it, like, you know how you can get those window, like, stick on your window bird feeders? And like, for one, we'd just like that ourselves, but we also figure our cat would probably enjoy that. So I was just thinking about that. But you know, I'm inclined to talk to myself in a generally horrendous ramble that is not unlike how I narrate these. So I think I just was like muttering words to myself, and at some point said birds and words, words and birds, and I was like, words and birds, that could be an idea for a Sims build. Yes, like a this is what it is, a library slash bookstore slash cafe coffee shop vibe. And I was gonna consider building it, because I really was gonna maybe attempt to do something last week, but you know what, getting a cat, you know, I'm not even gonna like lie, she's not like a huge effort, she's not like a great add-on to the like daily routine. She's a little bit of an earlier alarm clock, but you know, that's about it. But the new pet parent of just being like, let me just follow my new cat around to make sure they're okay. But anyway, then I thought, you know what, Enchanted by Nature comes out, I bet this would, because I was already thinking, wouldn't it be cool to try to do like a little like woodsy themed bookstore that leads, you know, into the outside, because the idea of this build is, the focus isn't so much on the inside is just, you know, where you pick up your book, pick up your coffee, and then, you know, sit outside, enjoy the weather, watch some birds. There's some seating indoors for, you know, the bad weather, you know, we're not a seasonal business by any means, but, in the slightly seasonal focus. But yeah, and then I thought Enchanted by Nature will have has all the way more like whimsical woods foresty vibe. And come on, this bookcase alone makes it worthwhile. So I was like, I'll wait for it to come out, and so I did, and so here we are. It is predominantly using base game, businesses and hobbies, and Enchanted by Nature. There is that one little till cash register from Get to Work for the illusion of a bookstore, but you're a functional library. And then there's a nice woodsy themed bathroom, and then the little coffee shop area that there's a cozy, you know, sofas and armchairs, fireplace, and then there's a nice, you know, tables, cafe setup. And there's plenty of archways that, you know, trying to keep it very flowing, indoor, outdoor, fun vibes. Excuse me? Okay, something minus down my, like, voice recorder thing, and I was like, you didn't close, did you? But it was just minused, it's fine. I say something, and you're like, shrimp. You probably just clicked something, but, like, I wasn't even resting on anything, I don't know. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't, I don't know. It's too warm to think, okay? And yes, I'm kind of torturing myself because I only remembered I had a fan, like, beside me, like, 20 minutes ago, after, you know, spending hours up here. up here building all the stuffs and the things. But yeah, you can. We're going for whimsical woods on the indoors vibe. The outdoors, very birds. Well, not very birds. It's just meant to be a nice garden with some bird feeders, bird houses. There are like the bird feeder from I can't remember what stuff pack. Was it the backyard stuff pack? And then the little birdhouse from, again, I want to say like the backyard stuff pack. A few gnomes and that little bunny friend from cottage living dotted around the place. And, you know, it's the idea like it's a nice garden just to sit out on a bench with a book or, you know, take a little walk and spot all the gnomes. It's not like full on like treasure hunt a level of gnomes, but there's a few dotted around. I don't know. So this is Cat Tangent Ramble. I don't know how she's coping in the heat. Like, she's still lying like sun patches from the window. Granted, I think she's maybe been a little less active. So I'm sure, you know, I'm not saying she's not feeling it, but I'm busy like providing her with secondary water bowls in other rooms and she's not going near them. I'm new to actually owning a cat myself, so I'm a bit like, they don't drink very much, do they? Or do they really do all of the drinking like at night when you're in bed? Because I'm like, I think I've seen her actually drink from her water bowl once. Obviously I have to assume it has happened more than once, but I've only witnessed it once. But I think this is also because I've grown up with dogs, and I feel like when dogs are drinking, you know. Because it sounds a little bit like a coin toss between if they're drinking or swimming in it. Because all you hear is the water splish, 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 and cats small, just little small movements, small noises, quiet. I'm gonna try to not go full cat ramble because I'm probably gonna do a properly themed cat build and really ramble, but also I'm kind of thinking about just doing a little cat dedicated YouTube video over on my other channel that I revive every 6 months. I say every 6 months, every 6 years would be more accurate for vlog type content. Oh yes, before I remember. I mean, it's the right vibe, it's just the wrong direction. Before I forget, I had to like move some of the stuff whenever I was testing it, so like some of the decorative plants over the archways and the doors I had to like remove because my sim did not want to walk under it. I was being too optimistic. And then there was something holding up the coffee station bar thing, and I was like, is it one of the shelves being too close? Is it the lights? Is it the little flower I put on top of it in its one actual slot? Like what? But I think it was literally just, it needed one more space, like one more square worth of space behind it, between it and the wall. Because when I moved it out, it worked, but just a heads up to be like, it'll be slightly more out from the wall. I've actually got, from the new pack, the test sim for this, running a little business, is Iris from the new pack, who, I was like, okay, Mystical, she'd probably appreciate a whimsical business, and then I realized she is also a bookworm, and I was like, come on, this is made for her. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't, like, played a lot gameplay-wise, mostly because of the heat, because I don't want to be sat by my computer with the sun on one side and the hot air coming from the fans on the other side, you know. But I'm excited. I made like a spellcaster who's gonna get very into it, a pocket fairy, and her roommate is a fairy who's gloomy and kind of just, I don't know, maybe I was inspired by, I can't remember what you call Apothecary Todd's not so fussed on being a fairy partner. Maybe I was inspired by them though, and I was like, hey, a fairy that's not all hype about being a fairy. Also, I thought like spellcasters and fairies weren't meant to get along. They're very quickly forming friendships, so I don't know. Either the, like, shared interest and compatible traits are overweighing that, but yeah. Oh yeah, I tried a lot of different debug. Those planters I like because they can seem kind of like, you know, wooden, simple, not quite rustic, but like not rustic. I kind of like, okay, yeah, those don't stay because I feel like I started doing things that were a bit like, can you say manicured garden, but you know, very more cultivated, planned. And I was like, no, because I want to go for a slightly more, like, yes, there's a gardener maintaining and taking care of plants, but it's a little more wildflower, a little more let the plants sprout where they sprout vibe. There's several benches of mostly Enchanted by Nature pack and cottage living, all those mushroom seats for the whimsical fun, and I thought it was fun placing them around some of the patches of mushrooms around the trees. But there's a seat for everyone. You can sit in a mushroom, you can sit in a normal wooden bench, you can sit in a flower paddled coated bench. You got choices. There's also that little toadstool around the corner for if you really want to just sit in your own little world and not get too interrupted. There's also a pond, because yeah, there's the bird feeders and the ducks in the pond are your primary bird entertainment. Because you know, it's just nice to watch birds. I did fight with the pond for a while, but it's fine. I don't think the ducks are going to end up swimming out into the land. I think they're contained to the pond. The pond is the appropriate size for the ducks. No goldfish stuck in tiny bowl vibes here, not for these ducks. Not that they couldn't fly away and visit another pond if they wanted to, except for the part where they actually can't. Yeah, I feel like gameplay-wise I might add in more, like, you know, like the drinks, the summer drinks tray, maybe the ice cream machine and stuff, but I was, again, outside of, like, the bird-related stuff and the one decorative, like, till from Get to Work, I was really trying to be like, okay, Enchanted by Nature, business and hobbies, and base game. And for the most part, I succeeded. Sorry, I'm going to yawn from the heat. I'm like the opposite of a solar panel. I just get tired. I also made a horrible choice. I to be very overdramatic, just in case the sarcasm didn't come across there, but I decided, because I was washing my hair today, and I did it this morning, and I thought, well, what if I just let it, you know, air dry, so it's, yeah, it'll be nice and cold and wet for longer. But now, because I have quite thick hair, well, I don't know how on the spectrum of hair thickness, but I have thick hair. Don't get so pedantic, shrimp. So now I just feel like I have a very frizzy puffball that's like really adding the extra layer vibe. And is also going to irritate me just from the way it's sitting, so that's fine. That's fine. I feel like I should be more excited that we can put plants on the roof now, but I also feel like for a new concept, not that many options. I don't know if, like, can you put a bunch of the base game ones up now? Or are we going to see a bunch in a base game update? I don't know. But yeah, you got gnomes. I really nearly said worms. You got, I used the bird tree from Cottage Living because, you know, more birds. And interactable birds are magnificent. Oh yeah, don't worry, Gnome Delph's taking care of the gardening, or looking after your gardening wagon whilst you're not looking after the gardening when you're on your break. Yeah. Okay, and the little cozy drinks tray, that may be one other additional thing. But come on. cozy reading spot with cozy sofas in front of a fireplace, I can't not use the cozy drinks tray. Like I said, there's a seat for everyone. You can sit in petals, you can sit in mushrooms, you can sit on moss, or you can sit on a quite normal but nice wooden bench. And all the seats indoors. If you do like this, it is on the gallery. I'll remember to say that. My ID is Shrimp Shoot. Otherwise, it is up as words and birds. Not like the letter and, though, like the symbol and. I hope you are having a nice weekend. If you are enjoying the new pack, I hope it's going well for you and not too buggily. I haven't really been on the Sims social media side of the internet since it came out, so I'm like, I don't know how well or bad it hit. And like I said, I've only played a tiny bit, so like I've mostly been in Create a Sim and maybe a day or two of live mode, so I'm like, I can't judge. Building's going fine. I haven't looked at my mods yet to see how many I need to update. Or more importantly, whether any are actually updatable yet, which I'd be very impressed. I know some modders are absolutely amazing and work very fast, but like, I hope they're having a nice chill weekend too. No rush. I'm not one of those people that's like, why haven't they done it yet? They'll do it, it's fine. Fairy, but not fairy, but fairy, whimsical wood, bookshop, library / coffee shop. It's cute, it's whimsical. It's not bigger than it needs to be. The garden's gonna attract so many birds. Maybe you Sims should bring chickens. Maybe add chickens. I'll save that idea for when I eventually do some kind of ranch small business, though. But yeah, if you're also in the UK, I hope you are surviving the heat. And I think I might go crawl into my freezer now. But thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time. Please feel free to check out my other videos. I have a variety of stuff. Goodbye.